Ani, bonsoir, good evening, and welcome to our regular meeting of council. Um, as I normally do on the first meeting of the month, I turn it over to the deputy mayor to chair the meeting. So over to you.
Thank you, Mayor Pajot. I would first like to begin the meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe peoples in the Robinson Huron Treaty area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of Doki's First Nation. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all the Inuit, Métis, and First Nation people that call this land home. And with that, we have the adoption of the agenda, but I believe we have a withdrawal. Does anybody go ahead?
Yes, Chair, we do have, I wish to withdraw items 6.1.1 and 6.1.2. So in relation to the housing board agreements, they were not quite ready. We just received a notice today that the incorporation went through. So there has been delays, so we're going to bring them at the next meeting. If there's anything else to add.
No, we just wanted to ensure council had the appropriate time to review the documents prior to voting on it.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Bob?
Through you, Madam Chair, at 10.1, I would like to withdraw that motion for this evening. Waiting further information and further instructions. So I would like to withdraw that for tonight.
Okay. Do we need a mover and a seconder, Mel, or?
Yes, so a mover and seconder for the motion as amended.
Okay, Councillor Dave? And Councillor Dean? All those in favor? Okay, we'll proceed. Section 4, is there a disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, we continue on with our delegations. We have Justin Seguin and Rob Felder. 5.1 Firefighters Association, a request for support, a municipal support volunteer firefighter service recognition dinner for 2026. And go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, Madam Chair, council members and mayor. Right off the bat, I'm going to let you guys know that I am somewhat of a public speaker for work, especially in the mining division. So I speak to a large group of pretty tough people. But for some reason with this subject matter, I apologize in advance. I might get a little emotional on this one. I am a little tired. I just had a long work trip, so bear with me on this one. Yeah, so again, good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. Thank you for allowing myself and Rob to speak with you tonight and for taking the time to review our proposal. I won't go over every detail because I know you've read it, but I do want to share why this request means so much to our firefighters, their families, and even me personally, as we are a family of 3 that are firefighters. So why recognition matters. As firefighters, we don't do this job for recognition. We do it because we care about our community. But that doesn't mean recognition isn't important. When someone leaves their family dinner on Christmas Eve, the pager goes off. When someone gets up in the middle of the night, not knowing what they're about to walk into, when they come home after a call, carrying certain images in their mind, they may never be able to shake it off. It matters to their community that their community sees that, acknowledges it, and says, "We appreciate you." This includes the families, not just us as firefighters. It's not just the firefighters themselves, our spouses, our partners, and our family makes some pretty big sacrifices too. They're the ones left sitting at the table when dinner goes cold. They're the ones awake at 3 a.m. waiting for us to come back safe. They're the ones who see us deal with the weight of the calls that we can't forget. That's why our proposal includes them. Because without the families behind us, we couldn't do what we do. They deserve recognition every bit as much as we do. So this dinner isn't about any luxury or a night out of the town. It's all about sending a message that the municipality of French River cares about its firefighters and their families. That our service, our sacrifices, and even though the things we carry, and we do carry some PTSD and the emotional toll of the job, are not unseen and not for nothing. When council supports something like this, it shows us that you value what we give. And it strengthens the bond between the municipality and its fire services. So I ask you tonight to support this proposal, not just as a dinner, but as a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to the men and women who drop everything when the pager goes off, and gratitude to the families who stand behind them. It's a small thing in the grand scheme, but it means the world to those who serve. Thank you for your time and your consideration and standing behind your fire services. So, you guys have any questions? Feel free.
Does have any question? Go ahead, Councillor Willie.
Thank you for that, to you, Madam Chair. When is the proposed dinner?
The proposal's for 2026.
2026?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's not, it's a dinner, and the chief is very proactive. The chief has already, have some of the pins. As you see in the proposal, there's 5-year pins, 10-year pins to those who volunteer their service, with the community. So that would be included during the dinner time. And the chief already has the pins and everything, so there's no cost to that. The chief's already been proactive with that.
What time of year do you foresee the dinner?
Springtime,
Springtime.
late winter, springtime is kind of my hopes. Before summer hits, obviously, because we do get a little bit busy in this, and we get busy all the time, but
Yeah,
I think springtime is probably a little bit the best time.
okay, thank you.
No problem.
Councillor Dean?
I personally think, this is my personal thought on it, that it's a good idea. And it's a way of giving recognition and showing our appreciation for the time and effort that
Yeah.
volunteers fight fire for us. I mean, nobody gets paid, so it's, but I also think that it's probably a budget item if it's in 2026. And so I think that you might even think of coming back when we're in budget discussion and posing again, although you do have it here and we could carry this forward to budget thinking of that.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest. Your
So-
timing is perfect.
But all in all, speaking as one counselor, I'm in agreement.
Oh, well, thank you, Dean. I truly appreciate that, my friend. Again, it's not just for the firefighters, it's for the families too.
Yeah.
So. I
But we
truly-
don't pay you, so this is a little bit of that we can do to show our appreciation, and we do appreciate it. You had a busy year past year.
Oh, that we have,
Yeah.
that we have. Thank you, Dean.
Okay. Thank you, Justin and Rob, for not speaking. No. I'm just joking.
I had somebody that's good looking to stand beside me, so.
Thank you. Like Mayor Paggio said, and everything, and the other counselors, we appreciate what you guys do every day for us and our community. So thank you. And we'll bring this back to our budget deliberation, which will start in just next month. Yeah. pretty
Perfect.
soon.
Thank you for your time, guys.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we will continue on to reports and items for consideration. So we have 6.2 nil, 6.3 Public Works and Environmental nil, 6.4 Recreation Community Services nil, 6.5 Emergency and Protection Services nil, 6.6 Building Department nil. So we'll go on to Section 7 for correspondence, 7.1. We had a request for support for the municipality of St. Charles. I believe that is in there just for us to support it. So if you've had a chance to read it, do we need a mover and a seconder for this? So Councillor Roger and Councillor Bob.
It is moved and seconded, be it resolved that council supports the municipality of St. Charles resolution 2025-214 dated September 3rd, 2025, requesting the Government of Ontario to support and approve the expansion of natural gas infrastructure to rural municipalities such as St. Charles, and that the copy of the resolution be forwarded to St. Charles, Putnam, Roma, and Amo.
All those in favor? Okay. 7.2, Doki's First Nation. Support of the return of Doki's Reserve Road to the Doki's First Nation. And I believe Mark, our CAO, will speak to this.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to give council a brief understanding of what the context of this request is back in May of 2025, the mayor, myself, along with the mayor, CEO of West Nipissing, along with the band chief, met to discuss potential for the Doki's First Nations to take over the road and have it serviced by themselves. The rationale behind that is that as a Class 5 road, we have our standards of operations of which we follow and adhere to, as well as the municipality of French River, but doesn't meet the requirements of the residents of Doki's. So a simple solution which has been used in other municipalities such as in the Aurelia area. Rama, sorry. And it is working extremely well. So we're looking for guidance from municipal council to undertake some evaluations and cooperation in the spirit of reconciliation and to see if we can come to some understanding of where the road could be retransferred to Doki's and that they would maintain it at the service level that they require without costing any additional taxpayers increased services. Because if we increase the services on one road, then that just sets everything up for the rest of our roads for increased services. That's in a nutshell, Madam Mayor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. Does anybody have any questions? Seeing none, we need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Dave and Mayor Pajot.
It is moved and seconded. Whereas Doki's First Nation requested a meeting with municipal staff on May 1st, 2025 to start a conversation on the proposed return of the Doki's Reserve Road to the First Nation. Therefore, be it resolved that council directs municipal staff to continue to work with Doki's First Nation and the municipality of West Nipissing to undertake the road transfer process in the spirit of collaboration and reconciliation. And further, that staff report back to council on any development, proposed strategy, and implications of the proposed transfer of authority.
All those in favor? Continue on to 7.3, the LaRose family request for exemption from the noise bylaw. I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Bob and Councillor Roger.
It is moved and seconded, whereas, I'm just gonna place myself. Whereas the LaRose family made an application to council to be granted an exemption from provisions of noise bylaw 2022-23, and whereas bylaw services has reviewed and provided recommendations for granting an exception, given that it's a private one-time family event over the Thanksgiving weekend. Therefore, be it resolved that council grants an exception to noise bylaw to the LaRose family to hold a family gathering at the Camp Sarades Na, located at 640 Silver Moon Road, to be held Friday, October 11th and Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, subject to the following conditions. So amplified live music shall cease by 11 p.m. on both nights. Any residual noise associated with the gathering shall not continue beyond 12:30 a.m. The applicant shall comply with section 5 of the noise bylaw, and any breach of conditions will render the exemption null and void.
All those in favor? Okay. We're good. 7.4, Canadian Union and Postal Workers. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Willie. You had a question? Put your mic on.
Thank you. Just with regards to the last item, I'm just concerned, were all the neighbors consulted about this exemption? So the neighboring properties to where this entertainment and this event's going to happen, the neighbors weren't consulted?
Through you, Madam Chair, just to let you know, as per the bylaw, the noise bylaw, part of the application is just for them to get name, address, description of the noise, period of time, and council can grant that. It's council's decision. We then, as the bylaw department, will notify the OPP. And then if we get any calls, we know that that's what it's about. So that way OPP and everybody's notified. But as the bylaw has been passed through, and it was a recent pass through council 2022, then none of those stipulations were in there.
Thank you. I just would think a matter of courtesy, if I was having a party, I'd consult my neighbors and let them know of my activities and grant their wishes to do so. And if they express some concern, I wouldn't proceed with the event. It would be nice if we could have the neighbors consulted and made aware of the activities. That's my concern. Thank you.
So I don't know if I can answer to that, but I know that road and it's all cottagers. There's four neighbors to that. Well, like far enough, they're not close and they're not even there right now, probably. They're probably all closed up for the winter. So I don't see there being something, but that's just my idea. And I think we're allowed to have noise till 11. Go ahead, Mel.
Through you, Madam Chair, the applicant is here if council wishes to ask her any questions.
Hi, yeah, it's probably take the podium. Hi, I'm curious because I know how intrusive it is at times. You're trying to relax and enjoy the evening, and then you find a neighbor who has excessive noise. I was just curious if you were able to consult with your neighbors and if they are aware of what you're planning on doing, or if your neighbors are in fact going to be around or occupying their place of residence.
Well, technically, I would not have the names of the neighbors to the Castellet du Nord as we're renting the area. I don't know if you wanted us, the family, to, I'm not sure as to what you want us to do, for us to go and see the neighbors. Is that what you're asking? We're renting the location. We're renting the Carré du Soleil du Nord.
So is this a short-term rental or is this an actual lodge?
No, it's just for that weekend. It's a family gathering, so we're renting that area for the family gathering.
When you say area, is it a home? Is it a?
It's the Carré du Soleil du Nord.
So down Trout Lake Road, it's the summer camp where the kids go, Camp Soleil du Nord. Do you know where that is on Trout Lake? So down Trout Lake Road going towards Silvery Moon Lodge. There's a campground there that is for, it holds a summer camp for students during the summer, all summer long. And then on weekends, it's rented out to families for family events. It's owned by the Knights of Columbus used to own it. Now the Knights of Columbus are no longer together. It's now Club Saint-Jacques. So it's just like one big building with, I don't know, 20 beds in there. And people rent it for family events, whether it's a wedding or something on a weekend. So it's like not a church camp, but kind of something like that. And you rent out the location. So, and there's lots of room to put trailers and stuff, and there's a beach, and that's all it is. So, and then further down the road, there's a few, I think there's 5 cottages before the summer camp. And then there's a church camp after that, Casimir camp. And then after that, there's my aunt camp and Silver Moon Lodge. So there's not but no, there's no high density. There's nothing down that road. It's been around for 50 years or so, that camp.
Yes.
And it's used for this purpose in itself, is for family gatherings or weddings, or that's what people rent it out for. Kids, yeah.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for indulging.
Kevin?
Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair. Again, the bylaw department does look into this before, and we take into consideration time of year and all those things. We get at least one of these a year that come in. So we look to see the area and time of year and how effective it would be. We can pull it at any time. And if it is a problem and it's ever asked for again, then we know, hey, we wouldn't recommend next time coming up. That's just a way for us to track this stuff, right?
Through you, thank you very much for indulging and educating me on that. I was just concerned for, well, just maintaining the noise levels in the area. So in light of this, I'd have to agree that it's probably an acceptable venue and use of the space. So again, thank you for indulging my questions.
Thanks for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Giselle. Have a good family reunion.
Thanks.
Let's
It's
see,
been a
the
while since
Canadian-
I've been here, as I used to be a council member back in the late 90s. So it's nice to see all of you, and you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you
Have a good
very
evening.
much. You too, bye. So 7.4, Canadian Union of Postal Workers, upcoming mandate review of Canada Post could affect jobs and services in your community. We have a letter from CUPW, Canada Post Mandate Review. We need a mover and a seconder. Mayor Pajot and Councillor Dave. Go ahead, Mayor
Okay,
Pajot.
so the request came in from CUPW. What is happening? There's this huge mandate to fix Canada Post, which I mean, you have to gut it from the inside out, from the top to the very bottom. But one of the things that is on the table right now is the closure of our 2 post office. And that would be a great disservice, especially to our businesses and to our folks. And what CUPW is looking for is transparency and a way for people to have their say in the process as they're putting this commission together or this group together to review it, that people, especially from the north, have a chance to have their say. So they're not saying, save my job, save my job. It's not about that. It's about making sure the process is done properly and to make sure that all of it is looked at. And believe you me, it needs to be looked at. It's probably one of the worst corporations I've ever seen. And so for that, I support the resolution.
Does anybody else have anything to say on this? No? So I believe we have a motion.
So it's been moved and seconded, be it resolved that council supports the Canadian Union of Postal Workers resolution and letter dated September 24th, 2025, calling for a delay on the mandated review of Canada Post and asking for the government to commit to a fully transparent public process involving input and hearings from all stakeholders in all regions. And that a copy of the resolution be forwarded to the minister responsible for Canada Post, to the MP and to the applicable MPPs, to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers and the Federation of Canadian Municipalities.
All those in favor? 7.5, Township of Bonville. We received a letter, an urgent appeal regarding Canada Post labor dispute and impact on municipal communities. Communications. I don't believe we don't need a mover in a second. Oh, we do? We need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Bob and Councillor Willie.
It is moved and seconded, be it resolved that Council of the Municipality of French River supports the Township of Bonfield's resolution dated September 23rd, 2025 on the urgent appeal regarding Canada Post labor dispute and impact on municipal communications, and that a copy of the resolution be forwarded to the Township of Bonfield.
All those in favor? So we, 8, we have the consent agenda. I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Dave and Councillor Willie.
That council approves the items of the consent agenda under section 8.8 and receives the items under section 8.3.
All those in favor? Good. Number 9, the items from, there's no items from the separate consent agenda. Number 10 has been removed. So now we continue on to announcements and inquiries. And I believe Mayor Pajot wants to start us off tonight.
I always want to go before Bob, especially when I have a list. But one of the reasons is because Bob is on my list and want to congratulate Bob. He received quite an award through the Family Baseball Tournament for being one of the most outstanding volunteers in the municipality of French River. And for that, congratulations, Bob. Well deserved. Well deserved. And the other congratulation goes to our Kevin. He is through the municipal law enforcement officer. He is now certified as a, and correct me if I'm wrong, MLEO-C designation, right? So congratulations on that. And I'm assuming there's more designations to come. Yes, he's way too humble. The next thing, I attended yesterday with Councillor Roger was there too, the unveiling of the mural at the splash pad. It is the most beautiful mural I have seen. It's of an Indigenous painting. There are 80 tiles that were painted by individual members of the community and put together by artist Alex Stokes. And it tells so many stories. And when you go see it, go close to the mural. I mean, it looks great from the back, but go close to the mural because every tile has a story in there and you'll see different designs in there. And I was such an awe yesterday, and that was through Univ that was done. So I let Univ know that we're more than happy to give him space for more murals that are of that quality. So please take a time to go see it. The next thing is everybody received that was going to the conference in October. That conference has now been canceled. So the one that was in Azilda. So yes, I wasn't sure. Can I show up anyways? Okay, nice try. Yeah, I was disappointed too. And I figured, well, the numbers, I mean, just us was enough, I thought, but I guess not. So don't make any plans for I think it was the 21st. Cancel. Okay. Yeah, I forget the name of it. Yeah. The other thing that we had was on last week on Thursday, it was celebration of the Drapeau Franco-Ontarien, and we had the schools, both schools here, Saint-Antoine and Rivière-des-Français attend. It was a sea of green all over. Both schools made terrific presentations, and then with the fire chief and the OPP officer, the students raised the flag, and it was amazing. And the staff did a fantastic job. A lot of green frosting on the lips there. So it was great, and it was very well attended. So I was quite happy with that. And finally, Thanksgiving is just around the corner. So we won't be together before Thanksgiving. And so I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and remind everyone to tune in to MCTV at 6 o'clock and at 11:30 or both, or tape it. They will be featuring the only news for that day will be the documentary that they produce in its entirety. So not just to clip it. I know Ian is going around doing some promos of French River. He was doing some filming over at La Mondain Park. But the news will be us, and featuring Mr. Dean over here. And no, on the Monday, Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. So set your PVRs or whatever you have, and or just watch it with your families. And with that, that's all the announcements I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pajot. Who's next? Councillor Dean.
I don't really have anything of any worth to speak about. The water in the river is so low that I'm worried for a lot of property owners who take water from the river and are got water lines out under beaches that are got no water on them. And are worried that there's going to be enough water for the levels to rise to protect those beaches a little bit. I mean, I don't know how serious this might be, but I know on Dry Pine Bay, there's a lot of people who take their water out of the river and they come up, it's brought up on the beaches and so that sort of thing, or shoreline at least, that is not really very much protected from frost other than when the water's high. So that might be a concern for some later on. We'll see. I'm hoping not, because I'm one of them.
I know Nipissing too is a little low, right? So,
Low,
is
really,
it
I
because
think, isn't it?
they're not opening the dams upper, or it's just low everywhere?
Everywhere. There's no water in the watershed. That's the problem.
Oh, wow.
We've had the driest summer that I've ever seen in my years here.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no rain. Then we get beautiful weather, but no rain. It would be nice to have both. Anyway, one other thing I thought that I might just make a very little comment on is that I think Kevin ought to sign up to go down to Aylmer for a few weeks courses, and we could have our own one-man police detachment.
I think he's good enough.
Well, you get more authority if you're a full-size cop. I mean.
And make a lot more money.
I spent, when I was in the service, I did spend 8 weeks there in police training too. That's where all the police in Ontario get trained, as in Aylmer, you know. Yeah, anyway, that's the end of my comments.
Well, thank you. Counselor Dave,
I don't have anything to you.
Counselor Willie.
And just a few things, like Dean was saying with the water, I've never seen the water so clear this year. At the end of my dock, even low water now, we're probably looking at 10 feet. And I can actually see the bottom. And most years there's enough particulate floating in the water that you can't see more than 3-4 feet into the water column. And this is the first time I've actually been able to see lawn chairs and fishing nets, and I've been able to retrieve half the stuff the customers have lost. So that's a bonus. And just a little bit of a heads up with respects to the fishery. It's my understanding that the ministry netted this year. And I guess there will be a report out, but preliminary reports are indicating that the fishery's in good health, is what I hear. That's all I have.
Thank you. Counselor Bob. Oh, Counselor Roger first.
Just backing up Mayor Pajot on the unveiling of the mural. I was lucky to be there to see the unveiling for one thing, Alex Stokes. And if everybody should take the time to go and not go for a minute, because you stand or sit in front of it, and the more you look, the more you see. And that could, I mean, it is beautiful. So yes, I would advise everybody to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Bob.
You, Madam Chair. Mayor Pajot took a page out of my book. I had the chance this morning to go and see the mural, and I agree with you. It's beautiful. Hearing you speak now, I will have to go back and take a more in-depth look. And now my appetite has been whetted. I'd like to say thank you to a special group of people that I've met a few people throughout the summer that they say every second week I watch you, I watch council, and we don't know the numbers that are watching us, and one of these people is Mike, and thank you for watching. The fireman's presentation, I believe it's a great idea. We have to recognize our firemen, and even if the event was this year, I think we could have scrounged it, but next year, I can't see any problem. And thank you to all the volunteer firemen. Montigere, I traveled that road quite a bit lately going hunting. And Public Works has done a super job on that road. I know the culverts still have to be lined, but to the regular traveler, that doesn't show, but the road, they did super work on it. The seniors housing, we're getting a few more trickling in. There was our person, our super moved in today. She was trained on the water testing and this and that. And I'll tie this together. We will be looking for donations to furnish the common room. Tied in with my award was a $1,000 bursary to be given to the charity of my choice. And that is what I chose to donate it to for furnishings for the common room, but we will need more. One last thing I would like to do, I would like to pay homage to Mr. Valois Seguin, who passed away September 4th. He's a former mayor of the township of Martland, Mason, and Cosby. He was very devoted to the community. He was a community man. And thank you to his family for loaning him to the municipality. And my deepest condolences to the family. And that is it for me, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. I think from all of us, our condolences go out to the Seguin family. Well, I think the mural is beautiful. I'm sorry I missed that presentation. Alex Dokis is Veronica Dokis' son. So she's from, well, they're from the reserve here, and they've been around and have dedicated lots of years to promoting and their culture. So it's nice that they could be a part of our municipality and that, their great work of arts is out there and could work with the many people that, all painted the each square. And thank you to NEV for doing this beautiful project. This is now the fourth one that they've put up within our municipalities of Sudbury East. So I think it's a great project and hopefully they will continue on to do more. Thank you to them. There's hockey again this week. I believe it's Thursday night. The Rapids, Thursday and Friday night, I believe. So they're going to be out on the ice if you guys want to go and see them. And happy Thanksgiving from all of us. And that's about it for me. So I believe now we will continue on to go into closed session. So I need a mover and a seconder. Counselor Bob and Counselor Roger.
Moved and seconded that the meeting be closed as authorized in the municipal act pursuant to section 239(2)(8), the security of the property of the municipality or local board.
All those in favor? Okay, we need a resolution to resolve into open session. Counselor Bobby and Counselor Roger. And we need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw. Counselor Dave and Counselor Dean. And we need a resolution to adjourn. Counselor Dave and Counselor Willie. Thank you very much.